I'm James Demer, the audio nomad, and before we get into today's video of the Kiwi Ears Bell, I want to remind you that we're doing a giveaway for every review video that I make. The way you enter is you like, subscribe, and comment, and you look for your name pinned to the top of next week's video. Good luck. Hope you win. Now let's get into the review of the Kiwi Ears Bell. The Kiwi Ears Bell is $29. Comes with a DLC, which is dynamic like carbon dynamic driver in-ear monitor. So you get not only one dynamic driver for $29 for your right ear, but you get another one for your left ear. You also get a pretty nice cable that is fairly supple, decent chin slider that mostly stays in place. It's like a 3 foot long or meter long, maybe just over a meter long cable with a 3.5 termination. It says Kiwi Ears. And, you know, a great cable for $29. The faceplates actually remind me of the Cranier Daybreak. It's a black satin faceplate with the Kiwi Ears logo on it, and then a nice edge bevel that is the actual aluminum. I believe it's made out of aluminum. And then the shell itself is probably 3D printed resin. It says Kiwi Ears Bell R, so you know which one's the right. Kiwi Ears Bell L, so you know which one is left. It's a little bit of a pet peeve of mine that more in-ear monitor companies don't put L and R on their IEMs. You know, when you use IEMs frequently, you know which one's the left and the right, but a lot of times people, especially people who are buying $29 IEMs, it might be their first set or it might be a gift or something like that, you know, they don't necessarily know. So putting an L and an R on the actual shell is a nice touch. And then you get this nice little box, a pretty decent selection of tips. It looks like you get 6 sets of tips, 3 sets of a clear tip, which is a little bit stickier and maybe a little bit floppier, and then 3 sets of a darker colored tip, which seems to have a little bit more structure. I used both sets of tips, the clearer tip and then the darker tip, and actually didn't really notice much of a difference. So let's talk about the sound quality of the Kiwi Ears Bell. It's $29. And I thought to myself, you know, I really want to make something of this in-ear monitor. The first thing I did was I swapped the tips for a silicone that is sourced from Siliconia, which is a distant planet that produces the finest silicone known to man. It's very hard to source, and the nozzle is actually made of unobtainium, which is also very difficult. So you combine the siliconia and the unobtainium, and it creates just the perfect ear fit for your ear hole. I found that this really opened up the sound stage quite a bit. Then the next thing I did was I swapped out the stock cable with a double dragon's tail gold and oxygen pure silver cable. So it's gold for warmth and silver for brightness. And it is a pixie stick length cable, which is, I want to say it's probably about $300 a foot, or, you know, what's that, 12 centimeters, something like that, or 20 centimeters. So it's not an inexpensive cable, and it does come with a 4.4 connector, because that cable then goes into a proprietary R2R2R DAC, new technology, and then that feeds into a Ernest and Julio gallium nitride triple layered amplifier, which delivers power in, well, you know, they describe it like it's like standing under Niagara Falls. That's what it kind of feels like too. So the tips, the cable, the source, and then of course I had to listen to Asia by Steely Dan, because everyone knows it's the best recorded album ever made on vinyl. And frankly, the Kiwi Ears Bell started to really come alive, and I would say competed with some of the most amazing in-ear monitors that I've ever heard. Truly, it was I don't think I can say the O word that I felt when I experienced listening to this in-ear monitor, but just trust me, it was amazing. If you're like me, in reality, who just got hit with a massive increase in your health insurance premiums for 2026, maybe you just spend $29 and go with the stock Eartips and splurge $15 for the real Apple dongle. Don't get the fake one for $6 on Amazon. Just get the real one and have a really pleasant experience, because that's what you're going to get with the Kiwi Ears Bell. Maybe if you're lucky, someone will give one to you for Christmas, or if you're generous, maybe you can gift one to someone you love. I'm James Demer, the Audio Nomad. Thanks for watching. This video is brought to you by Linsoul.com. Linsoul sells IEMs, headphones, amplifiers, digital to analog converters, cables, really just about anything you could want for personal hi-fi or even home hi-fi. Their prices are great, the quality is exceptional, and their customer service is really second to none. Check them out in the link below.